Alright, welcome back to another episode of Game Crafters where, we're still on vacation. But man, oh man, being a birthday and all, I've been pretty busy with hanging out and getting projects done with. So, I haven't really gotten recording and also not been recording in general for the time frame that needs to be taken care of. But, hey, what can you do? These are things that happen. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Just want to make sure that we were in this and not somehow doing this without the thing there. So we have bridges here. I don't know what these bridges should look like, all things considered. I do think they should probably be segmented like this. In some way, shape, or form. Like this is like this. Part of me is wondering if I should just build this bridge and then try to build this level afterwards, but I'm not sure. We'll see. We got a nice little bridge going into the level there, which I think we're gonna try to have just being a little bit up, kind of. And this will go into that, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what we plan on doing. But, man, am I tired. Even though that's not the right one. Definitely not. You need to be 1. Or 3. Actually, I feel like 3 is probably better. Don't do that. No, go back to 3. I need you to grab this. Of course you did that one and not. It's fine. I haven't been getting as much progress as I'd like to get on some of these here projects. Just due to specific reasons. Specific annoying reasons. Just not really... It's been a while since I've had any time to just do whatever. So I played Crash Bandicoot 1 through... Not all the way in 3 because it was getting pretty late. But, I played through it. As much as I could, I did play through it. And I started to realize something. I did prefer 2's, more than I did 3. And 1 definitely, at the very least, in some sections. So, to put it simply, yeah, freaking, man, the motorcycle levels suck. I just do not have the patience for the aggravations that they give. But 2, pretty much, I had no problem. Bearing the gold relics in the remake. I think we got 100% in around 2 hours or so. And I was clearing out the warp rooms almost flawlessly. And at that point I realized, the warp rooms in 2, they get cleared out pretty quickly if you do things in a very specific manner. So, I guess I could talk about that here, since I don't really have too much of anything else to talk about at the moment. Also, I think... Yeah, that is fine. So, what do I mean by this, you may ask? Well, it's quite simple, really. The warp room in 2. So, the first warp room is essentially, you're capable of clearing out the entirety of it, all within 1 level in a second world. You can pretty much get every single gem except for the red gem until you get to Air Crash. Immediately take that 1 path, and then boom. You get yourself the red gem and the first warp room's completely cleared. And, you know, the second warp room's also almost in the same boat, only this time it's still, ironically, Air Crash is the one that you can't get 100% in here, because that one requires you to get a secret in the third warp room to clear it, but everything else you can get pretty much immediately. Like the red gem you get from, Snow goes into, ironically, the snow level that requires you to be able to, get the gem there. Well, I don't remember if it had boxes there either. I think it did. A lot of the backtracking in 2 was a little bit repetitive, but, we managed. Alright, so this is our bridge. This is the bridge design for the Mountainous Crossroads. How much time has passed so far? It's 5 minutes. Okay. It's like, technically speaking, I could probably go out of my way to do something here. Also, I feel like this one should be more so broken off like this, right? So it's not all covered like that. I know, I like that. Wait, what? Why was that brought up? Okay, never mind. This is an easy fix. Okay, and now continuing back to the talk of Crash 2 and the third warp room. Let's see if I can't remember this one. Oh, God, I just played it and I've already forgotten. One of the levels there you can do to get into Air Crash. I think it might be probably the Bears level. I think that's the one I did. The, I guess, second bear riding level. Yeah, there we go. So, my brain's trying to remember, because there's a secret that also gets you to, the polar bear level, but why do I not remember it? Whatever. Either way, third warp room, first level to go get the final gem in the second warp room, and now the second warp room is 100% cleared. Same thing with the fourth warp room and the third warp room, which I believe the ruins level is the one you can't, 100% clear as soon as you get into the warp room. Nah, that one is a, which one was that again? I think it was the B level, the first one that you do, where you body slam a plant. Where are we here? Yeah, right here. We're about to be on the cliffside of that. I think that's what that was. And then once body slam the plant, as well as get all the gems and other stuff in there, because you can get all 3 of them and get the secret all at once. It's a very interesting way to go about doing it, too. But once you've done that, done all the things that you need to do in that aspect, you can go into Ruins, Road to Ruins, or whatever that one was called, and then immediately get, a good old-fashioned last gem, clearing out the third warp room like that. Now here's where things get interesting, because the fourth warp room, you just clear out immediately as soon as you get into it. Of course, there's still Cold Hard Crash, which is a bit annoying, not gonna lie. At that point, I just feel like it's probably a million times easier to just die a bunch of times and then get 2 gold masks and use invincibility. Unless you already got 2 gold masks. I went through that so freaking much that I had a path and pattern pretty much down. That's how much I had to go through that part. I was doing so good until you get to the Nitro Crate freaking jump puzzle. You know the one I'm talking about. And the funny thing about that is you can get all of the, gems in that one in one go as well as the crystal too. So that's what I did. But, yeah, for the most part, that, wait a minute. Oh, well, that's a conundrum. No problem, though. Yeah, there's going to be like multiple of these. It's going to be hard to detect every single one of them since I am the only one working on this, which is fine. I've taken the challenge and I am continuing with it. Ugh. Anyways, that's not what I wanted. So for the most part, yeah, once you get to the fourth warp room and clear out the third one entirely, you basically can just get all of the gems there. And also, there's supposedly a box you can miss. The infamous one box thing in Cold Hard Crash, but I didn't get that this time around, and I don't remember why. What the hell box is it that is the infamous, oh, you missed one box gem? Because I was like going through all that, half expecting that was going to happen, and yet it didn't. And then after that, funny enough, the fifth warp room was so freaking easy compared to like the annoyance that I had to go through to get the 100% completion in the fourth warp room. Like the bees, at least the last bee section, was a repetitive, annoying mess. And then, of course, the Cold Hard Crash. Ruins level there wasn't really that difficult, though. But, for the most part, most of it was a little bit repetitive. But then as soon as I got into the fifth warp room, my god, man. I think I died less there than I did in any of the later warp rooms. Because, of course, the first one, you aren't really going to die that much unless you're not good at the game. And it's very interesting because I kind of like the limited movement tech of that one, but also it just feels like a completely different game with its, jumping instance and all that stuff. And, up to a point where it's just like, man, I go straight into Crash 2, and it's just like, man, I'm sliding around and moving quickly. I could do some of the relics that they added in, but the relics are just annoying. And that's backed up by the fact that the, gold relics requirements in 3 were just a little bit annoying. But again, I didn't really do the running shoes. The only ones I got a gold relic in every level up until because I stopped in the fourth warp room, did the 2 secret levels. I got a gold relic in everything except for the stupid level 13, I think it was. That one was annoying. I don't know how else you could do that without the running shoes. I tried spinning, I tried moving. It just wasn't good enough. Apparently, it just wasn't good enough no matter how much I tried. And it didn't help that the carpet was kind of like not lining up when the stupid level resets. So I had to wait until the guy with the explosives in his windows threw an explosive in out his window, I should say. Not in his window. That wouldn't make any sense at all. He'd be a moron if he threw it in his window. But you know what? I'd be most grateful for him blowing himself up like an idiot. No, we can't have those nice things, unfortunately. But, it doesn't matter. Because in the end, we were only able to get Sapphire. Am I going to attempt that again? Probably not. Or at least, attempt completing Crash 3. Probably not, because I need to work on these projects. I already got the big project posted. Now I got multiple things that I want to get done with. One that I'm probably almost done with, and, time frame is 6/27, as you might be able to see. I don't know if that's too... I don't know how well you can see that. But yeah, it's a me, Mario. Yep, that's where we're going. That's where we leave it off. I'm gonna make this a 5. I don't think we need a 3 here. I'm gonna just try to Huh. But this kind of makes some of you guys useless now, doesn't it? Whatever, it's fine. I just want some cliffside, which you're probably not even going to be seeing most of that anyway, so most of it doesn't matter. Alright, this one could probably be the... Nope, wait, wrong one. This one. So yeah, that was what I did for most of Monday. Tuesday, I was basically just hanging out for birthday stuff. So yeah. And I also got the chance to play Time Splitters Future Perfect 2-player. Not for long though, because they, still have work to deal with. Now, I took a vacation off for a whole week. So luckily for me, I have the time. And here I am squandering it, playing Crash 1, 2, and not even 3 to the fullest. But I have been wanting to do for a while, but I've been debating doing it for a series. I forgot that the gold relics in 1 is going to be a huge pain in the ass, because the DLC Stormy Ascent, I remember that being just an aggravating one to do. Like, most of the Stormy Ascent level is not that bad. Like, there are some sections that are a little bit bold, but, the fast-moving platforms, no problem. Just time it, and, jump way earlier than you think you should. And then, boom. The goddamn bonus round, on the other hand, is just an annoying one because, you know what you gotta do, but my god, are you fumbling trying to do it. At least getting the gem in that one isn't as bad because there's not, any massively hidden boxes. It's pretty straightforward at that point. But to think that Naughty Dog had the original idea of making that level and then putting it in, and then they didn't do anything with it. Which, harken back to the the talking points I had in Raft, like the level uniqueness. We would have had 2 castle levels. I could have seen them at least having it be an optional level, like what they did with Stormy Ascent in the remake. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Just have a section going up off of the Great Halls section, and then boom, there's Stormy Ascent. 100% of the game probably would have been... Well, it depends, because Stormy Ascent was kind of... for the remake, was kind of made with the remake's control scheme in mind. Okay, well. So that would mean that the original game's control scheme, which, by the way, I really wish they didn't go for a cylinder hitbox. Part of me wonders if somebody made a mod to counteract the cylinder hitbox. Because, it would be nice to have a box as a hitbox instead. Actually doing the thing it needs to do. And also momentum base. The kind of momentum physics in the remakes makes the road to nowhere a bit more tedious than it probably should be. If you don't know that, all I gotta do is just get a running start before I jump on this turtle, then you're gonna have a really rough time with the roads to nowhere. Other than that, some perspective issues. You get past that, eventually you complete it. Just be thankful that Naughty Dog didn't put a colored gem on those. Which, the colored gem distribution in 1 is a very interesting one, to say the least. You only got one color gem in the second island. Pretty much you can only get, like, what, 3 gems in the first island, but the other 5 levels you need 5 different gems to be able to get. Great Gates needed, like, yellow. The jungle, first jungle level needed, like, green. The second jungle level needed blue. I thought that was a bit insane. The second gate level required red. And here's a question. Whatever happened to the orange gem? They abandoned that after, like, the first game for some reason. Embryo has it. Who knows what he's doing with it right now. But that was used in the creek level, the first one. And then after that, you know, at least, like, the first bridge level required red, I believe. The jungle required purple, which I find it hilarious that if you're going by, you know, the final instance of all of that, how would I put this? If you completed every section of the game as you get the unlock, so as soon as you get the green gem, you go all the way back to the jungle level and then just get that gem. And then after you do that, you know, you get the key, you just do the key immediately. For the most part, yeah. And then, you know, once you've gotten to the point where, you know, you get the yellow gem, you go into the area that requires the yellow gem to be able to, you know, complete it 100%. And then once that occurs, guess what? You finally get that purple gem. And the only level that requires that for a full 100% is last boulder level. So if you're going by that scheme, and if you don't count the Great Halls as the last level, since I wouldn't really call that a level. Okay, I'll leave that here because I like that line in there. You know, you do all that, and what do you got? The jungle boulder, the second boulder level, is the last level that you do. Which I find to be interesting, to say the least. I do find that to be interesting. That technically the last level in Crash 1 is the second boulder level if you're going for 100%. Alright, this one's a 25. I haven't forgotten about how that works. But yeah, the color gem layouts and placements, very interesting. Like I said, the second level, oh yeah, we did need the water for all of that. The second level of the second island, green gem. We're not counting the fight with Ripperoo as the second level, because that's technically not true. That's the second node, yes. It's not the second level, though. And I'm gonna fucking make this 5, because I'm getting sick and tired of this being even. Yeah, that jungle area is the area. What's going on here? Oh, that's what's going on. You're an idiot. Go back there. And then as soon as you go into the third island, you get multiple color gems. Like Cortex Power, which is apparently, you know, not the one that I was thinking of beforehand. Is that 15? Yeah, that's 15. Which, let me remember. I think that one was orange. And then the next one, the Toxic Waste one, I think was blue. Go through a boss fight, then the bridge, and Stormy Ascent, whatever the castle climbing level is the red gem. And after that, the lights out one, the, clear Aku mask. And that one was purple. What the? Oh, I see. That's why. Makes a lot more sense now that I think about it. Okay, cool. I get it now. I remember now, don't worry. Yep, and then the last colored gem is in the labs level. So, yeah, the colored gem distribution in the first game was definitely interesting. In a sense that a lot of the colored gems you couldn't get until you got near the final sections of the game. That was a decision, that's for certain. Crash 2, I mean, kind of went the opposite route. As soon as you go into the first warp room, immediately right off the bat, you get like the blue gem and the red gem. Granted, you need to go into the second warp room to get the red gem, but the red gem is still there. Oh yes, it is still there. And then soon after that, the green gem appears in the sewers. Which, you know, all things considered, it's very, there we go. You know, that means like the first warp room you get the blue gem, the second one you get the red and green one, technically speaking. Third one you get the yellow. Now, move this down a bit. There we go. And then, of course, the fourth one, you get the purple. Unfortunately, you can't get the orange one because the orange one stopped existing after the first game. I don't know why. I don't know why they did away with the orange gem. Even in Crash 4, they did away with one of the gems. What was it again? You got that one red gem with that weird puzzle thing that they had. Also, I guess the gate is going to be right here, which, you know, I think that makes sense, having the gate just be right up against the level. I'm not building it right now. I'm going to try to build it at some point. Alright, yeah, I grab this from the right area. And then there was a green gem, which required you to spin some stuff. The yellow gem, which was literally right out in the open. And the blue gem yet again. The most annoying blue gem to get in Crash 4. The most annoying color gem to get in Crash 4. The other ones just require you to be attentive of the environment. See, like the entire, you know, genre of Crash 4 is just pay attention to the environment. To the environment we all crafted with the amount of hidden boxes there were there. Yeah, playing through 1, 2, and 3, those are definitely way easier to 100% than 4, that's for certain. And even going for 100%, that one's just annoying because you have to like replay the stupid inverted levels. I just don't like the inverted levels. A lot of the issues I have with Crash 4 is just the fact that a lot of the aspects of it is oversaturated. Like, we don't need Wampa Gems. Or if we want Wampa Gems, maybe have like a Wampa focused gem or something, a gem that looks like a Wampa fruit. At the very least, like if we want to have more collectibles, let's not have it all just be gems, right? And the one thing, you know, like, yeah, finding a hidden gem in all levels, you know, was interesting, but yeah. I did like the way that the hidden gems worked in Crash 2, at the very least 2. 3, you know, was interesting too. But 2 is just the more memorized part, because that's the one. Which shouldn't be, because I just steamrolled through that game as quickly as I possibly could. I gotta say, 2 is like my most favorite in the series, though. And that's partially just due to the fact that I really like the warp rooms in that one particular instance. It's a shame I can't do like something similar to that going into the warp room concept creation thing I have in mind. Oh yeah, this one's going to be a bit tricky because I do kind of need the player and the camera to be able to figure out where the positioning of all of this is going to end up being. Alright, well, here I go. I'm going to put this in the 25 so that I can just move you where you need to be moved to, hopefully. Oh god. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'm leaving you here to look at your camera. Okay, so that's the camera zoomed out at the moment. I hope and think and hope. I gotta remind myself, that's the zoom out, that's the zoom in. I mean, yeah, that definitely is way too far, so that has to be zoom in or zoom out. Ugh. Okay, yeah, because I do want to kind of keep this section a bit hidden. So this is going to be a little tricky to try to figure out. There we go. Yeah, just like I was saying, it's a shame that I can't like have the warp room like style that I want to have for the warp room concept, somewhat to like Crash 2. But that's just primarily because of the fact that I have only one drawing and I can't just do a panoramic view now, can I? That would be way too much work, and I already got criteria. So, yeah, out of the question, unfortunately. I have made my decision. And my decision is that it's way too much work for the amount of other work that I have to deal with in my creations. No, 0.5, you fool. I would say at the very least, it is nice to have the button style, because while I did like the way the warp rooms looked into, I do also like the satisfying nature of the buttons in Warp Room 3. There's just something satisfying about pressing those buttons, and I don't know why. I can't exactly explain why that's satisfying. Okay, this one's going to be a little tricky, because I haven't the foggiest clue how the hell... Okay, hold on. I need to move... Well, I don't want to move that. I want to move this. God damn it. Wait, couldn't I just do the game and just... Man, I don't know. What direction? Not that direction, that's for certain. Nope. Alright, 199. 99, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh wow, that's actually kind of in the right spot. Where are you at right now? Man, you're not even out yet. That is actually insane. Like, that's where that ends up. So you see the player going underneath the section where that is, right? Wait. And then, of course, they would go up. And then just keep going and going until eventually, they go up again. So it's like up again. 2, 1, 0. Okay, so for the most part, that's... So from the looks of this, I thought this was going to be like way higher. But you got to remember the camera's right here, so technically the positioning would be right here, right? And this, the whole point of doing this is to try to figure out where all of this ends up in terms of, this section here. Because I don't want you going through a wall now, do I? Do I? Anyways, plans and all that stuff. Just, yeah. That's what I got in mind right here. We could probably do a little bit of no, wrong direction. This. Just have a Just have a nice little section here that's kind of just doing its thing. I'm trying to also just keep this somewhat in positioning. I kind of want it to be a slant too as well. Like a nice little opening here. Or maybe we just do that instead. Probably that would be a lot better. Let's do that. And then we could just have this going here, and then we just have 9. So long as, you know, this doesn't fully get in our way, I think this will be good. I'm gonna have to make you like a 9 as well. Now, I guess I'll make you an 8 then. And just remember, most of the sizes here isn't going to matter because this is just going to have a nice little slanted opening. Which I should try to make it a little bit lopsided if possible. Because I think that would just look good aesthetic-wise. Just looks like a tear in the mountain and not just a man-made hole. Which it is technically man-made because I am a man making a man whoop hand hold Jesus. Yes, I'm making Jesus. That's what I'm doing right now. Anywho's and wits. As we're creating a Jesus, we gotta make sure that all of the holes are filled in properly. You know, I was going for something completely different there. What difference there you decide. Alright, I don't think this is the size we want. I think it needs to be a little bit bigger. But that's fine. We'll go on ahead and look at our map player camera. Okay, so here's the player. Arg, here be the player. Which, if you move the player... Okay, so if you move the player, keep moving them until they get to, like, 200. And this is going to be a little tricky, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's not going to work. I knew it. I knew that wasn't going to work. I should have fully known, though, but it's fine. It's fine, I can make adjustments. I could still probably make you at least 2, right? And just have this hole be a little bit more... What did I just do? Do this, just in case. I don't know what I just did. 5. Yeah, I'll make this one 5 as well. Actually, no, I'll make this one 3. And this one is a 4. Wait, no. Don't do that. Nope. Alright. Aside from that, I want to have a nice little slant there. Oh, yeah. You probably can see that, right? You can't really see these, so you will just see a hole as you go through it. Alright, I'm gonna go into where the... What the... Oh god, that's what happened. I selected everything. Oh, grog. Okay, it's fine. There's an easy fix for that. All I gotta do is go to zone scenes, go to high cliffs, because that'll probably be the quickest load, and go back. Great. Fantastic. Alright, now go back to here. I'll bring this back to 90. Yeah, this goes across here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shit. Still too high, apparently, huh? You really are a bitch, aren't you? Alright then, fine, I'll make you 1. Where even are you right now? I don't know. I don't know why that's too high for you, apparently, but apparently it's too high. We got a nice opening here. I do kind of want to have, stuff there, but, it just doesn't matter. You can't see it, you can't see it, so it's not, it shouldn't matter. Alright, 99. 200. 2,000. We're nowhere near 2,000 yet. That's way inland. Well, like I said, if any adjustments need to be made, we can make them. When we get navigation fully set, then that's when we can fully make adjustments. Man, I gotta get on my ass and getting some things done with, because I've been just focused on, well, not focused on my project. I haven't been able to get the time to focus on my freaking projects because of reasons. Reasons indeed. Alright, that's gonna be an 8. Hey, I could just make you a 2, even though it's annoying to have to do this, but I could just make you a 2. Oh yeah, you're going to be a 7, right? Oh, this does mean that I am going to have to do one of these and just make this one a 1. But that's fine. Okay, and I guess this kind of means if I want that to do its thing, I could just do this and make this one. Wrong one again, don't go there. A 5. Alright, awesome. Cool, great, fantastic. I'm gonna kind of hope I could just do this so I can have a nice open section here. 5. 7. What was that again? 15, 11, 13, 13. Alright, awesome. And I guess, right, because you guys are different sizes and whatnot, that's annoying. You know what? No problem. 25. Yeah, I forgot we still have to technically build that out. Wait, then I wonder, if we're doing on underground stuff, should I have all of that be under this segment, or should I have that be separate in its own segment on top? I don't know. But you know what I am gonna... Let me do this. What I am gonna say, though... yeah, I don't think it matters at this point. This is kind of in the spot that it needs to be in, right? And this is the zoom out section. I don't feel like doing that. Although if I did it like this, and you go down and do that's how that would work. Cool. Although, yeah, now that I think about it. And again, still ups and downs that need to be taken, but at least it gives a general idea that, the camera can go through here. I don't even know if you could see everything from this section here. Like, I could just move the player into this position here, right? Let me just make sure that they're in position. Alright, now what's the game scene look like? That's the zoom out. And I imagine if this shit wasn't here, I'm sure all you would see is just the top. So yeah, you can't see what's in there. This level will be a secret. It'll be a secret for all of ye. And you'll have to get the game when it comes out in like 10 years. What are you scratching for, cat? You aren't scratching, you're chatting your teeth because you're asleep. You're in a deep sleep state. Dreaming about something. What are you dreaming about? Alright. Yeah, part of me wonders how I'm going to do this, because you don't see nearly any of this unless it's all on the map. So the only reason we would have anything here if it was stuff made for map. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this so that I can figure out the size this needs to be. Okay, so from the looks of it, it seems like this should at least be 16. Leave some space open here. But we will have a 17. There we go. Okay, great. Fantastic. 11, 7, 5, 4. Of course you're an uneven one. You're an even one. And if you were uneven, that would be a hell of a lot easier to work with. 7. No. Surely it's a 5, right? Surely? Or not. Okay, cool, great. I at least know that you're odd. That's the word I'm looking for, odd. Alright, cool. Fantastic. No. Man, it's a shame that you can't see too much there just because of the position this is in. But hey, it's a mountainside. Mountainside with a hole in it. It's a nice one. Oh, now part of me wonders if I could do something like that. I'm going to at least check to see if I can do this. We're probably not going to attempt it yet, but I'm going to put the player back in the position, which is 200. And then I'm going to move them down into here, which is this. And I'm just going to see. I mean, having some spikes there will be good. That's a good question. I mean, like I said, we can make adjustments as we see fit. Hiding this a little bit does seem like a good idea for what I have in mind, so we'll figure that one out in soon enough time. But I'm getting tired, so I'm going to just call that there. So, thank y'all for watching today's episode of Game Crafters. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, previous episode of Game Crafters are already here, most recent episode of Raft ROTC edition right over here. Anyways, thank y'all for watching, I'll see you all in the next episode. Later.